Hi, I'm going to leave this cushion in our visual field as a reminder that when we do sitting stuff today, if you have trouble getting up on your sit bones, grabbing a cushion or two to sit on so your hips are higher than your feet is usually a great solution. Let's do a little warm up breathing. Start out sitting on your sit bones with your knees bent. Your feet can be flat or you can walk them out a little more so your toes are off the mat. All right, let's just start basics so we have some time to get tuned in and get a baseline of what you're bringing to the workout. Start out just feeling the rhythm of your breath. When you breathe in, take the air in through your nose so you can control the air coming in slow and get it deep into your lungs. Then when you exhale, blow the air out through the mouth, and I want you to blow out like you're blowing out a candle so we just have a steady, smooth, consistent amount of force. When you breathe in, imagine the air was going all the way down to your sit bones, expanding the rib cage and filling you up to your head. And then when you exhale, feel a compression coming from every direction towards your midline to help you blow the air out. As you breathe in again, create that same lengthening sensation so you're in your best posture. And now when you exhale, drop your chin and start to round forward, curling your upper body over your legs. This time when you breathe in, it's going to be easier to breathe into your back. So see if you can sense that expansion. When you exhale, blow the air out through your mouth, compressing your deep abdominal muscles and just relaxing a little deeper into that flexion. As you inhale, feel the ribs expand from your spine out to the sides, almost like an accordion opening. And then when you exhale, feel the ribs gathering back in as the abdominal muscles compress, and that's all helping you expel the air. Take one more breath in. And now when you exhale, start to stack back up. As you blow the air out, that gentle compression you've been feeling at your abdominal wall will help support you as you come back up to vertical, open your chest, and lift your chin. All right, now if you were doing a shallow bend like I was, just pull them in a little bit more. Okay, length of arms is going to determine where your hands go for this. Your hands can go on your knees or behind your thighs. You probably won't know till you start doing it. I want you to begin rolling your pelvis back like a half roll back, supported with your hands on your legs. Then you're going to rise back up onto your sit bones, and I want you to pull your knees apart, lift your chest and chin, and we're going to use the arm action to pull your shoulder blades back. So as you exhale, your knees are going to come closer together, back to parallel as you roll back. And then as you inhale, you're going to turn them out. Let's keep going, but I'm going to move my hands to my thighs. So you can just see this would be your alternate. So if you just, or if you're even, if you like more range of motion, it might not be about your height or the length of your arms, but if you move your hands to your thighs, you can actually roll back a little further if you can maintain that form. Inhale back up. When you're curling back, do the motion from the pelvis, come into that C shape, and then when we get back up, you're on your sit bones, you're lifting from your heart. Last two, exhale, round forward. Your gaze drops to your thighs. Inhale up, heart lifts, your gaze goes to the ceiling. One more time, exhale back, and then inhale back up. From here, go down onto your forearms. All right, so just mobilizing your leg in your hip joint. I want you to slide one leg out straight, lift it up to the ceiling, lower it down, pull it back in. And again, same leg, reach it out, lift it, lower it, return. Reach away, lift, lower. This time, reach away, go up, and then go about halfway down. Now just hold that leg out there. I want you to pretend you're grabbing something with your toes. Pull it towards you by flexing your ankle. Release it with your toes and push it away from you with your ball of your foot. Grab it with your toes, pull it in, release the toes, push away. Do that 2 more times. It's got a little endurance of your hip flexors holding that leg out there. But I wanted you to feel this motion because now develop your leg, extend it up to the ceiling. It's a little harder to do it here at this angle. Push out with your forearms, grab it with your toes, pull it in, push it away. Grab it, let go with the toes, push it away. Let's do 3. And we're just trying to make a nice little wave action through the foot. And one more time. All right, lower it straight down, drag it back in. All right, let's do just the hip motion and knee motion. So you're to slide the leg out. We go up, we go down, you pull it back in. Reach away, lift, lower, drag it in. One more like that, up, down, back in. Now, let's up down it. So we're going to go about halfway out, grab with your toes, pull back, push away with the ball of the foot. Pull it in towards you, let go with your toes, reach away. It is going to be great for later on to have better sensory awareness of where your feet are in space. Okay, so you got a sense of that. Now bend the knee, reach it up, reset that press away from the floor, keep your chest lifted. Now use your toes, pull it in, then push away. In and out. Keep lifting, lift your chest, look at your toes, make sure you're getting your flow. All right, let's lower it down, pull it back in. From here, I want you to come up onto your hands, a little bit turned out, and if you were very tight in your wrists, you want to do a little more turnout. Now I want you to do a hip roll into a supported bridge. When you exhale, curl your pelvis off the mat and roll up until your hips are about as high as your knees. You want to keep your gaze looking forward at the wall in front of you, and then roll all the way back down and land your hips with control. As you roll up, when you're pushing away from the floor with your arms, you're going to get a stretch in your biceps in the front of your deltoids, and then roll back down. All right, so you got a sense of what the upper body's doing. Now, I want you to begin with your knees knocked together. As you roll up, you're going to turn your knees out, and as you roll down, you're going to turn your knees in. And again, curl up, open the knees. So it's like we're doing, if you know the exercise, hip release, or you can just see this as drawing two little circles with your leg and your hip joint. And then back down. Now let's reverse it. Turn out, roll up. Let your knees knock together. I'm just going to turn a little just so you can see the angle more. So I'm turning out, lifting, turning in. I just couldn't tell if you could tell what I was doing from the side. Roll up. And just one more time. Turn out, curl your hips up, knock the knees together, roll back down again. All right. From there, let's go down onto your back. And just since we've done all the supported work using your arms so much right away, give me a set of arm circles. Settle into a neutral position with your pelvis and your ribs, or you're just kind of letting the weight of those bones sink into the mat. Leave a little space in between your feet. And now as you breathe in, reach your arms overhead. As you exhale, circle the arms around to your side. Do that again. Inhale overhead. Exhale to your hips. Now we're going to keep going in this direction. Let's add a crunch. Circle the arms around and flex up. Lower your head, reach over. Just two more. Curl up, see your thighs, and lower back down. One more time, flexing up, lower down. Now let's go, no head. Reverse your arms. Bring your arms down by your sides. Make the circle. Lift the arms up to the ceiling and down by your sides. Do another one, just your arms. And now let's do three with the crunch. So we're going to circle overhead. As the arms go up, we're going to curl toward your hips, drop your head. And again, round up, lowering your arms. Big circle around. One more time. Big circle around. Now take your hands behind your head. All right. 3 sets of 6 pulses. Ab prep. On your exhale, tip your chin down, curl up your head and shoulders and look toward your knees. Now rock back slightly as you inhale and flex forward on your exhale. 2, and lift. Challenge yourself to keep your gaze at your knees the whole time. Last 2, lift. 1, lift. Come all the way back down. Let's try another 6. Tip your chin down slightly. Curl up your head and shoulders. Now rock it back for 6, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way back down. One more round. Nod your chin, flex forward, catch the gaze to the legs. Now rock it back for 6. Exhale, lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it all the way back down. All right, from here, turn onto your side. Leave one hand under your head. Take your legs into tabletop position. Reach your top arm forward at chest height. Let's go into a spinal rotation. You're going to take an inhale as your top arm lifts up to the ceiling, and then an exhale as you rotate your upper body and reach your arm back. Stay there for a breath in, and then take an exhale, lift your arm, close back down. And again, top arm goes up, rotate back, use your breath to compress your abs so you're supporting yourself and preventing your arm from hitting the mat. Stay there for a breath in, exhale, back up and over to close. One more like that, take your top arm up. Now on this last one, get into the twist, and we're going to stay there for an extra breath. I want you to take your top leg, reach it, straighten your knee so you're reaching your heel in the opposite direction of your fingertips. And let's take another exhale and try to pull your heel and your fingertips even further apart. Take one more breath in, and then lift your arm. You can flex that knee and close back over. Okay, let's flip you to the other side. All right, same idea here. Head supported on the arm, knees are tucked up, and the top arm's reaching forward. All right, just a smooth twist first. As you breathe in, lift your top arm above your shoulder. Rotate your upper body, open up your chest to the ceiling as you're blowing the air out. Stay there for a breath in, feel it expand the ribs out to the sides, and then as you exhale, let's take that arm up. Try to use your abdominals to lift the weight of the arm and close. And again, inhale, top arm lifts. Exhale, as you twist towards the back, keep pressing your knees down to resist the rotation. Stay here for a breath in, then exhale, lift your arm up and over to close. All right, last one, we're going to add that extra stretch with your leg. So you're going to rotate, get twisted back first, then add an extended leg with your foot flexed and create that oppositional energy, your fingertips reaching away from your heel. Now as you exhale again, wring yourself out, see if you can reach even further out those points. Take one more breath in, then arm comes up, you can fold that knee back in, close all the way back over again. All right, flip onto your stomach. Set your arms up in a W shape. Let's start out just coming up into an upper body extension with your arms staying down on the mat. We'll do our breaststroke prep. Leave your legs parallel with a little space in between them. As you breathe in, you're going to press gently into your forearms for support. And I want you to lift your gaze so you're looking towards the end of the mat to begin taking your head and chest away from the mat until there's just one or two ribs left. Stay there for a breath in. When you exhale, roll back down. Yeah, I messed up that breath. I know. I meant to do that on 2 breaths and then I forgot. Okay, so let's do it like this. You're going to take an inhale, lift your head and chest, pull your shoulder blades back, open those collarbones wide. And then exhale, compress your abs, slide your ribs down, take it all the way back to neutral. As you're lifting up, reach your ears away from your shoulders. Make sure the eyes are open so you can see that the gaze has changed. And then exhale, compress the abs. Feel that force pull your ribs down, releasing your neck and head. Inhale all the way up, and I want you to stay at the top now. We're going to make this your new starting position. As you exhale, extend one arm as you drop into a hover and lift the opposite leg at the same time. So both the arm and leg are just an inch off the mat. I'm going to drop the leg, lift back up to the center into that slight extension. Exhale, you're going to come down to hover. We're going to switch arms and leg every time. Inhale, lift to the top. Exhale, take it low to that hover. So we just get that little lift. Because your legs are parallel, there's not as much extension available of the leg at the hip joint. So just, in fact, challenge yourself. What's the lowest hover you can do? And inhale up. Last one to reach and lift back up. Take your upper body down for a reset. Okay, we'll use that as the starting position again though. So take your head and chest up, find your extension. Now I want you to take one arm. We're going to reach it diagonally across. You're making a big windshield wiper to come into a side bend to the opposite corner of the mat, and then tuck your elbow back in by your side. And you can say I've stayed in some of this extension, and I'm just going to add a little side bend to it, alternating. Now, I want you to add the leg on the same side as the moving arm. It's coming across as well, tapping to the other foot. We go back to the little space in the middle, and then I add the leg tapping across. If you are super flexible, I don't mean this is a challenge, but if that wasn't enough to feel the outer hip stretch, you could even crisscross the ankle a little bit. I'm doing this to stretch your outer hip, and if you shouldn't be crossing your legs, you'll know because it'll feel more pinchy at your sacrum and it won't feel good in the outer hip. But then you probably were satisfied just tapping one more to each side. Tap over, back to center, and tap over and back to center. Come on back down. All right. Last one in this series, still working with a parallel leg. Let's do a round of windmill. Here, you'll prop up into a low hover for your starting position. Try to stay in it the whole time, and then reach both arms out to the side at shoulder height. As you inhale, bring one arm down to your hip and the other one up to your ear. As you exhale, take both arms out to the side. Your palms will face down there. Inhale, switch arms. Your palms face in towards your body. Exhale, back to the center. Breathe in. We go tight and long, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale out nice and wide like you're a T. Inhale, arms into your sides. Exhale, back out. Let's do 4 more times. Breathe in. Feel long energy. Exhale, pull your abs away from the mat. Inhale, drawing the body in nice and tight. Exhale, reaching out wide. Last 2. Make sure you're still in that hover. Back to the center. One more time. Squeezing in. Back to center. Lower all the way back down. From here, let's sit back into the shell stretch. Hips onto your heels. Come into the flexed spine. And let's just take a couple breaths while you hold your shell stretch. As you inhale, feel the back of the rib cage expand. And then stay there for an exhale, drawing your abs in a little deeper and releasing tension out of your neck and your shoulders. Take one more breath in to stay here. Then when you exhale, we're going to roll up into a seated position. All right, let's come into quadruped. Just working on a little shoulder stability work. I'm going to have you go down, down, up, up with your upper body. So we're going to start lowering down to the forearms and expect as you transition, there's going to be some rotation that happens through your rib cage and your shoulders. And then you're going to push yourself back up onto your hands. Keep leading with the same arm over and over again. So I'm going to go down, down, up, up. Now, mastering this is landing gently. Slow, controlled shift of weight onto your forearms so that you're rotating without losing stability of the scapula against the rib cage. Now, reverse the arm that's leading. So I'm going down, down, up, up. There's also core work in this exercise. That rotation you're feeling from your upper body, your obliques are helping manage some of that while still stabilizing your hips. Last one, down, down, up, up. All right, staying on your hands now, spread your fingertips apart, curl your toes underneath your feet. We're going to go into a hover and then a weight shift back and forth. I want you to lean forward into your hands, pick your knees up, and shift back a little bit towards your feet. Now we're just going to play with this. I want you to rock a little more towards your hands and then a little more towards your legs. And we're going to shift forward towards the heels of the hands, shift back towards your toes. Let's do that for 3 and 2 and 1. Drop your knees down and just take your weight back for a sec. You can repeat that a second time, or you can walk your hands out a little farther so we can do crouch to full plank. All right, so when you're setting up, if you've shifted to that, we still have to do that kind of rock forward and back. So you're going to lean into your hands a little, pick your knees up, but now push yourself back and get a good crouch going. From there, you can fully extend your knees, pushing your hips down to plank, and then shift your weight back into that crouch. All right, so we've got this whole spectrum of the size that this exercise can be, but we're playing around with not only loading the weight into the shoulders and the wrists, but also improving mobility in the knees and the ankles, and especially in the toes, that big toe. Last one, shifting back and forward. Let's go back to crouch. Drop to your knees, get your weight back. All right, last one in this series is a little silly. We're going to do a rotation. We're kind of twisting your feet to get a little more oblique work in. Reset those wide fingers. If you went out to the farther out position, tuck them back in a bit. And let's do that same procedure, leaning into your hands, then shifting your weight back slightly. So now you're going to take both of your feet and you're going to hop them to one side, back to the middle, other side. I'm saying hop because that is how I'm perceiving it. Like I'm putting a little more weight into the arms, but it's just like a little pivot, letting the hips rotate to follow the legs. You got one more set. Side, center, side, center. Ooh, got me a little out of breath talking you through that. Sit back towards your heels. And another big breath in and out. Let's go to sitting for the next exercise. All right, let's set your feet a little wider than usual so the feet are about as wide as the mat. Take your hands behind your head. We're going to roll back again like we did earlier in the workout. This is going to feel a little harder because you're not holding your legs. Bear with me on each cough. This dry air is killing my voice. Your hands can go at your forehead if you're very tight in your chest, or your hands can go behind your head, but angle your elbows forward so they're in your peripheral vision. On your exhale, you'll go into a half roll back, curling the pelvis back as you flex your lower spine towards the mat. Stay there for a breath in. When you exhale, curl forward over your legs. And then when you inhale, stack up tall. Let's do that a few times. I'm going to show it in front of my forehead now. Roll back. So see, I've still got my elbows angled forward a little. Inhale, stay. Exhale, curl forward over your legs. Inhale up tall. If that was still too hard for any reason, roll back. Another modification is you can move your hands forward if you need to during the holding phase. You're going to curl forward over your legs and sit up tall. Now, if you want to make it harder, follow me, roll back, exhale. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, flex forward like that. Inhale, hands to your forehead as you rise back up. Exhale, half roll back. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Now use your breath, crease your flexion, dive towards your legs. Then return your hands to forehead, come back up. Last one, half roll back. Inhale, increase the load your abs have to hold. Now engage through the breath to pull your ribs towards your hips. Dive forward to your back on your sit bones, and then inhale to stack up tall. All right, bring your hands down. Now I want you to start to rock your legs side to side in just like a real casual way. And you notice like my whole butt's coming up off one side. And I'm just rocking and rocking. And just do one more to each side. And then let's go to the side. Stay there and just like tighten it all up to come into a mermaid. Now this is another place you might want to put a cushion under your hip if you have trouble getting into this position. Now rest your arm by your side and we're just going to do a couple side bends. I want you to take your other arm up to the ceiling and you're going to side bend. I like to let my hands slide out to just create a little more space and then just slide it back in when you come back up. Keep repeating that side. Arm's going to go up. You're going to stretch over and lift back up. One more time like that. Big side bend and then lift. Now rotate towards that leg. And this time you're going to walk your hands out a little bit. I want you to rock forward with your chest sticking out so you're in extension. Get your chest close to the floor. Then flex your spine, articulate up one bone at a time to your back in that extension. So I'm going to fall with my chin lifted, then tuck the tail, roll back up. And again, drop the chest first. Round the spine. One more time like that. And round the spine. Let's go back, turning side to side, but this time, just to change the arms, let's go high and over, up high and over. And you can still get quite a bit of weight shifting back and forth as you need to for this. Let's go over one more time to the other side. Reset it. I'm just going to stay facing away from you just to keep it flowing. Let's go into that side bend again. So for our mermaid, the hand slides out just a little to give you space so you've got a nice quality stretch, and then stack up tail to head. And again, up and over, allow your ear to fall, and then lift back up. And one more time like that, big side bend, and then back up. All right, then we're going to rotate to the side. We've got both hands with that gentle touch to the floor, and you're working to lift your chest. And then I'm going to allow the chest to lead, falling down still in extension. Tuck the tail under, roll up. You might need to like play with the position of your hands, like walk them out in inner a little bit, and then back up. or play around with different amounts of rotation, whatever you need to help your flexibility. All right, let's take it back into the center. Extend your legs out straight. Round forward over your legs. And then try to roll back all the way down to the mat. Circle the arms around. All right, walk your feet in. We're going to go into the 100 next. Go into imprint when you exhale so your low back's a little flatter towards the mat. And then lift your legs up one at a time into tabletop position. I'm going to cue you into a full 100 with straight legs, but remember it's always an option for the legs to be in tabletop or your feet to stay down. Look, I just tricked you into a little ab work holding that. Nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders, gaze towards your legs. Now get your bounces going first. Inhale for 5, 2, 1. You can extend the legs if you'd like to. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now slide your ribs down towards your hips. Breathe into the back. And exhale, deepen the compression. Halfway there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep squeezing inner thighs. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you feel a deeper imprint? Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Breathe in and feel the expansion. Compression with your exhale. 2 more sets. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck your knees in. Lower your head back down. Let's try a one-leg circle with a little pelvic mobility. I'm going to have you straighten out one leg on the mat. Take both arms out to the sides with your palms up, and we'll begin with your other leg in tabletop. This has the nice rotational element of that hip release that we worked into the supported bridge before. So this time you're going to drop your knee across the midline of your body, and you're going to allow that side of your hip to lift off the mat. Slide your foot down the other leg. Turn your leg out and your hip will drop back to the mat. You're going to bend the knee to pull it in, pick it up, and take it across again. Remember, it has to come all the way to the mat. Pull the knee back in, lift it up and over. So we've got that sense of extending and flexing at the knee and hip while we add the medial and lateral rotation. Last one this way. And then return. Now, when you get it to tabletop, let's take it the other way. So we're going to let it fall out to the side, glide your foot down the length of the mat, and turn the leg in. Drag it up the other side and rotate across. So here, my pelvis is a little more level when I push it away. I'm going to turn, get that big hip twist, bringing my knee towards my opposite shoulder. And again, slide it away. Rotate, drag it in, up and over 2 more times. Glide it down the mat, rotate in, and pull up. Last time. Open, slide away, turn in, pull back up. All right, so that one becomes the resting leg. Your gesture leg goes to tabletop. Let's go across the midline of your body first. So I'm going to drop the leg, slide it down the other leg, laterally rotate, bend your knee, and lift it up. Take it across, glide the leg away from you. Turn out, drag your heel in, lift your knee 3 more times. Cross, glide it down. Turn out, drag in your heel and lift. 2 more times, glide it away. Laterally rotate, pull your heel in and lift. 1 more time. Glide it down. Turn it out, drag your heel in and lift your knee. Let's go the other way. Drop your knee out to the side. Slide your leg down the mat. Turn the leg in, pull it up, take it through that tabletop, glide it away. Rotate it in, just drag it up your other side and up and over. Get that sense of release as you glide down the mat. Pull it back, big twist around 2 more times. Actively drawing that knee up to the opposite shoulder. And 1 more, slide it away. Turn it in, and then bring it back up. All right, knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, and then a big stretch out. We're going to go into the roll-up next. A squeeze, a big stretch out. 1 more time, and a squeeze. So we're going to do a roll-up with a little extension at the top, and then a big stretch out. Wiggle, wiggle. All right, feet flexed. Legs can be together or slightly separated. And the arms will be straight, but just start with them about like halfway between the mat and the ceiling. When you breathe in, lift your arms up above your chest. On your exhale, you're going to curl forward one bone at a time, coming into full flexion, and then rounding forward with your hands a little higher than your feet. Now I want you to circle the arms out to the side, lift your head and chest, and make sure we're kind of pulling those shoulders back as you're lifting your heart. When you exhale, you're going to round forward. I want you to bring the back of your hands all the way together when you hit that moment, and then roll back down through your spine. And just take your arms overhead. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Nod the chin, curl forward, reach just over your legs. Now circle the arms back as you lift your head and chest. Find that extended shape. Exhale, flex your spine. Try to bring the back of your hands together. Roll back down. And arms reach overhead. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop your chin. Curl forward. Round over your legs. Inhale, circle, chest to the ceiling, push out of the sit bones and the fingertips. Exhale, round forward, back of the hands together, roll back down. Got 2 more to go, arms overhead. Inhale, arms lift. Nod the chin, flex forward, stretch over the legs. Big inhale, heart up to the ceiling, come into your extension. Exhale, flex the spine, round forward, roll back down. And we're going up one more time. Inhale, nod the chin, curl forward, reach towards the legs. Inhale, circle, lift your heart. Finish with one more rounding forward there. All right, coming on up. Let's go into kneeling. All right, around to the side kick from kneeling. When you're setting your hand position, you want to be even with the knee that's going to be your support leg, and then you're going to turn your knee a little bit. So see, I've exposed my foot by laterally rotating it, and then I'm going to take the other leg out straight. Your support hand can come here to your forehead. Make sure you get your hand under your shoulder, by the way, at your forehead, behind your head, at your hip. Twink. Let's take your top leg up to hip height. Take a peek at it. Make sure it's parallel. It can be lower, but don't get it higher by turning it out. All right, foot flexed. On your inhale, you're going to kick forward, 2 pulses to the front. Point your toes, sweep your leg back as you exhale. Inhale, 2 kicks forward. Exhale, point and reach back. And again, like earlier, reaching out through that heel. Exhale, keep the height of the leg. Inhale, reach, reach. Now can you control the size by stabilizing your trunk? Inhale, inhale. Exhale, pull it back and reach, reach. Exhale away, last time. 1, 2, and exhale back. All right, that leg back down to the ground. Just push into a bit of a side bend. And then bring in that leg to switch. All right, so I'm going to find angles. Leg out straight in line with my body. Gesture hand even with the knee, slightly pivoting that leg. All right, go into your support position with your hand. Take the leg up. Flex that foot. 2 kicks forward as you inhale. Point your toes, swing back as you exhale. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, kick back that leg. And again, reaching 1, 2, sweep it back. Inhale to kick, kick. Exhale, pull back the leg just 2 more times. Reaching 1, 2. Exhale, sweep it back. Last time, kick, kick. Exhale, back. Leg back down. Big side bend. I'm laughing. Like, I feel like the screen has just gotten so dark. I mean, we're at the end, so it's okay. But I thought it was dark out when I started the workout because it was like gray out, but now it's getting dark out. It was like super creepy. Okay, let's stand up. All right, I want to give you a couple drop and catch squats, and then we'll do a couple side bends, and then you're out of here. Feet about shoulder width apart. I'm going to turn sideways to you. Lift your arms up to the ceiling, and then lift your chest and your chin so we're getting extension that comes from your heart. Now I want you to collapse towards the floor and just let the arms swing back and forward as you kind of bounce into the ground and then lift back up into your extension. So I want you to get this sense of really rooting down and just letting your weight fall into your feet and then pushing away from the ground with your heels with that nice, slow, big open lift. Last two. Drop and up. One more time. Drop and up. Now leave your arms overhead and just get a little sway going so that you're side bending, but with like a little looseness, like your wrists can kind of flop, your shoulders can kind of flop. And then from there, still overhead, reach for the ceiling so that you're still getting the side of your body traction, but it's from that push up, and then do it with the other arm. Just a big stretch. And if you want to get even taller, lift one heel, it just pushes a little more weight to the other side. One more to each side. Yeah. And last one. All right, my friends, you're all done. I hope you have a glorious week. I'll talk to you soon.